Fuck it, I forgot that no sound shit. Anyway. Again, I haven't really messed with my fucking OBS in a while, so it's probably just no one can hear shit. Anyway, what's up, guys? I am back, and I am here to talk about something that I didn't think I had to talk about, but apparently I got to. It's yeah. Anyway, so it was brought to my attention that some people were talking, and because we don't condemn people. Hey, Celtic, how you doing? So because we don't condemn people on our show whatsoever, that we support the things, because we don't condemn people, that we support things. I am going to read off real quick because I was going to try to get Billy on with me, and I know Bran's at work, so I didn't bother him with this bullshit. But I wanted to see Billy was at work, but so he kind of sent me this, and this is a disclaimer that I think is actually important. We, the Geek Room, in no way support having sex offenders on our channel or any other. Silence on an issue does not equal support. We have been trying to foster a group that isn't quick to action, but right when we do. Yes, the pile of shit Steve had on is convicted for sex crimes and is dealing with court cases now on other charges. We will never have someone in that caliber on, no, now or ever. We, the Geek Room, condemn having that type of person on. Thank you, and sorry for the confusion. Now, the thing is, a lot of people are kind of giving us some shit because we've had Steve on our show, and I am friends with Steve, and I think Bran's friends with Steve. So we've been getting a lot of pushback on not condemning Steve. The thing is, we are a comedy show. We're not here to go live on go live on YouTube to jump somebody's shit. Even though we do make fun of people's videos like Pastor Greg Locke, but that's when he says something overtly stupid. We're not here to jump on somebody's shit that had somebody on that was or is a registered sex offender. I'm not going to jump Steve's shit about it. The reason is because Steve is my friend. I will go ahead and say Steve is my friend. But if Steve ever comes and asks me about this person, I would be like, yeah, that wasn't a good guest. I wouldn't have him on the show. I would take the video down and I would say, hey, I didn't know this shit. Yeah, I wouldn't have him back on my channel. But what Steve done is the kind of exact opposite. He started deleting YouTube comments, saying he has a real story, and just kind of promoted this guy a little bit. And again, I don't agree with that. Even though we are friends and he has come on our show, does not mean that we agree 100% on what Steve fucking does. If he has somebody on the show that I think is abhorrent, I won't watch the show, and it's just that. I'm not here to condemn somebody for doing something. Just like when Emperor Atheist kind of had his little bout not too long ago, I didn't jump Emperor Atheist shit. Did I think what he said was wrong? Yes, but I still didn't jump his shit because I am not a reactionary type of person. And it come to find out, when you pressed a little bit further into what he was saying, he had a problem with people taking kids to the these things where there's dick swinging, out in the open. That's what he had a problem with. Now he does have some issues on the stuff that I would be like, fuck, that's not good. And you can't condemn a person, or you can't sit there and give shit to a show that doesn't deal with any fucking YouTube drama whatsoever. And because they have somebody on, then they support that action or something. Because, again, people are saying that we support pedophilia because we didn't condemn Steve on the fucking guest he had on. How fucking stupid is this? That's not the thing. We do not support pedophilia, and we would never support pedophilia. That'd be saying, I don't know, it's just... again, I'm kind of in disbelief of what I have to kind of come on to say to kind of defend us. To think that people think we support this because I don't come out and outright condemn fucking Steve. We just don't get in the middle of YouTube drama, and that's why people like us. I've actually gotten people Celtic, I'm gonna put you up on timeout for that. Bad Celtic. Anyway, we are not propping up known pedos. Don't even try to fucking spin that, Celtic. It's not about the. This is not about the non sequitur clusterfuck. This is way far beyond it, because we are on side of Steve, who we've said Steve got fucked, but we're more on side of Boo, and that's why, because Boo is our friend, and that's why I fucking hired him. I wanted to make sure, like, I didn't know that he'd gotten a job, so I was like, fuck, I want to hire my friend to help produce our show and give him money for helping produce it, because I was afraid he was going to go without. So, no, you're fine, Tony. So I went and talked to Boo. I made sure he was okay. I was like, look, if you want to come on our show to help produce it, I will give you some money. And, you know, yeah, both Daves got fucked, yes. And I even hired, even David McInnis is helping us, so... He did. But the thing is, he didn't know at the time, I don't think. And then when people kind of pointed it out, he kind of deleted comments, said he had to know the whole story. That I disagree with. The guy is convicted and is now, I think, actually getting brought up on more charges. So, but the thing is, just because I don't outright and condemn somebody does not mean that we support any kind of action. Just that's ridiculous. We are a comedy show, and we are here to put on a show to make you laugh. I mean, if I had to go back and apologize for or condemn somebody for certain actions that we do, or certain actions they have done, or whatever they had on their show, or whatever, I would have to come out with a video every fucking week, because some people just, that's just some people just kind of do shitty things at times. And then, yeah, we would have to come out with a video each fucking week. It makes no sense. I'm not going to sit here and just because because someone might have had a guest on this channel that's kind of bad, I'm not going to sit there and come on and apologize because I had a person on the channel, especially when we had him before he had that. As you can see, we took down the I took down the Steve McRae, Matt Dillon Hunty talk, because I took it down just because after he had that person on, I was like, damn, Steve, I can't support that. You're my friend, but I can't fucking support that. So I even took that fucking down. And we're going to stop fucking we're going to stop talking about the Steve McRae fan fictions. And that kind of sucks, because that was actually someone who we asked to make a fan fiction. He made a fan fiction. He wanted it read live on the show. He came up to me and said, here, read this live. It would be awesome if you read this. I told him we will fucking do it, because I made a promise to that guy, if you make a fan fiction, I'll read it on we'll read it on the fucking show. And now, because we're getting this pushback, we're not going to read this anymore. And the guy took the time out of his day to make it. Yeah, it's about Steve, but then, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, the more charges involves his kids. I'm kind of all over the place, because I don't know why I have to come on and fucking say this. It's just kind of like when the Emperor Atheist thing happened, people were, I guess they were jumping drag shit because he was a co-host with Emperor Atheist. I wouldn't have jumped drag shit. I don't think drag, just because he's a co-host with Emperor Atheist, I don't think drag has these bad thoughts about the gay community. And I don't think that should be falling onto us, because we have Steve on the channel that we support pedophiles. It's kind of ridiculous. Just because we had him on the channel does not mean we support pedophiles. Just because we fucking don't come right out and condemn Steve for what he does not mean we support pedophiles. It just means that we're not into the YouTube drama between this person and this person. I mean, we technically didn't really get into it with the non sequitur shit. Steve was like, yeah, I want you to do a show. And I was like, the only thing I can comment on is the 50-50 aspect, and that's it. He's like, fine, let's do this. He's like, fine, yeah, that's cool. Because he wanted me to make a video about it. I was like, dude, the only thing I can speak on it is about the 50-50 shit. I don't want to get into the drama. And he was fine with that. So I went online and I'll talk about the 50-50 part. Again, just because I am friends with Steve and shit like that, it's just, I'm not going to get into the middle of anybody's drama. When Drag and Steve had that I think a couple years ago, I didn't get in the middle of it. You know why? Because Drag's my friend and Steve's my friend. I like Drag and I like Steve. So why am I going to sit there and just fucking drag somebody who I consider my friend because he says she said bullshit? That's why I never really got in the middle of it. You know, so it's just stupid. I've gotten flack just for modding side chat for a channel. Yeah. Hey, Topic Thunder, how you doing? If anybody wants to come on to talk about this, if they think that we do support this in any way just because we don't condemn Steve, then fucking come on the Discord. I'll drop you through. Hold on. Let's see. Let me do an invite and people can fucking come in if they think that we do. Can come in and tell me about it. We have actually, where is it at? I wish we do have the Geek Den. Geek Den, I think you get into the AFK or something, or the waiting lounge, and I'll pop you in. So I'm actually in the Geek Den right now. So if anybody wants to come in and chat, feel free. If you think we do need to condemn Steve or something like that, just jump on in. Fuck it. I want to hear, like, if you're watching this, I want to hear your side of the story on why you think we do. So, Skeptic Reviews. We are talking about how just because we don't condemn Steve on the recent guest that he had on, that somehow we support pedophilia. I'm not. Yeah, I don't think people will, but I don't. This is not like a bashing Steve kind of thing. This is more of a less of, because again, people think that because we don't outright condemn Steve, then we support it. We've even, yeah, exactly. That's going a little bit too far, right? I mean, it's just weird, right? Weird. Fuck, guys. Anyway. Purple titties. We are talking about purple titties, so. Hey, Lucifer. Oh, you changed your name. Hey, okay. Sweet. And Animance is in here, and I know Animancer, because me and Animance were talking to, what's his name? Red Eye, what's up?
Hey, bud.
All right. How you doing? If anybody, make sure they can hear. If you can hear Red Eye, let me know.
Test 1, 2, 3.
That nice seductory Australian voice.
Wait till I get the new mic going, mate. It's going to sound even deeper and spookier. Ooh.
All right, so and I was going to say, like I was saying, Animancer, because I know me and Animancer were jumping on fucking what's his name, Stinkfist, because he was trying to do the same thing to Drunken Peasants not too long ago, because Drunken Peasants had Mercedes Carrera on like numerous of times, and they were getting jumped on because they had her on, and I was like, look, I don't, that's stupid, stop it. So
Yeah, here's my view on it. I've just learning about this tonight. I've been busy buying and selling houses. It's been great talking to lawyers and banks. But good people make bad calls, and this sounds like this could be the case, because I'm pretty sure I know Steve well enough to know that he wouldn't be out there advocating for the rights of pedophiles and shit like that. Now, having the guy on his channel may have been a bad call, and when I say may have been, it was a bad call. So reflect and do what I do and just start disavowing like a mofo at this point. And this is one of those times where you jump on your push bike and you backpedal like a son bitch. And you do it very publicly, and you do so very apologetically, because there's a whole lot of people. It's basically, I'm picturing the South Park, rabble, rabble, rabble. It's like the whole town is going to shenanigans you with pitch, mops or whatever, they brooms, I forget. Oh, God.
And it's just, like, the way, I will agree. Like, I think Steve didn't know that it was. Yeah, and again, I don't agree the way Steve handled it. And I would tell Steve, and if Steve ever comes up and asks me, he's like, hey, how'd you think I handled it? I was like, a bit poorly, dude. I wouldn't have done it that way. And that's one reason why me and Steve are friends, because I can sit there and say, hey, that's not how you really handle a situation. And I don't think he handled that as well as he could have. That's definitely saying that is the guy's convictions were non-issues. That's definitely not the way to put it. And deleting comments and deleting and blocking people, I don't think is the right way to go about it whatsoever. And if, again, Steve wants to come out talk to me about it, I would tell him. But again, it's just because we didn't come out right and condemn Steve doesn't mean we support it. I think I even had to talk with a guy named Heretic, who thought we just agreed with Steve no matter what he fucking says. I was like, that could be further from the case. I still don't mind using, and this might make people cringe, agnostic atheist, because it's just an easier way of saying it than getting to the philosophical term of weak and strong and all that bullshit. It's just easier to say, hey, I'm an atheist, but I don't know what's out there. Fuck it. I don't really care either. So it's just, I don't always agree with Steve, and just because I don't come out and outright condemn him doesn't mean we support anything that he does. It's just stupid. Yeah, we're talking about Steve, Lucy, but it's more or less, we're not really less talking about Steve, but more or less people having an issue because we didn't condemn Steve for his last guest, and somehow we support pedophilia in that way. So it's just kind of like, that's a bit of a fucking stretch that you're putting here. So I don't come out and condemn anybody. I didn't come out and condemn fucking Rationality Rules for that very bad video he put out. I didn't come out and condemn fucking Essence of Thought for always going out and being reactionary and attacking every fucking body. I just don't go out and condemn people on our show, because that's not what our show is about. We're a comedy show. We're here to pull up stupid videos and have a laugh at them. So
yeah, you come on the Pimp Monk show and we just condemn everybody there and kink shame and do everything possible. It's bad. No, but again, not a good look for Steve. And now, I'm going to say this very clearly. I don't know what's going on, so I need to ask a few questions. Was Steve aware? Now, for the first question, has this person just been charged, or has he been through the court system and they've had a verdict, had his day in court, found guilty of being what we call in Australia a rock spider? I'll try and use colourful language to dodge the YouTube naughty people censors. So, has this guy been convicted of being
Yeah.
a rock spider? He has.
He was convicted because I think what he was convicted of was raping a woman. He dressed up as a officer, pointed a gun at her, said, "Hey, we got this convenience store," then took her and raped her. So yeah, this guy is a piece of shit. Like, he really is. And so it's yeah. So now there's new charges being brought up with kids. So it's just kind of like, oh shit, that's it. It's getting horrible. It's getting worse and worse. So
yeah, this is all right. This is just take my advice or leave it, Steve. I will admit I've been a Patreon of Steve's for a couple of years. I watched him before the Great Debate. I like his channel and I like the majority of the stuff he does, especially all the science-based stuff. Huge fan. Steve, you need to just go public and go, I fucked up, and I fucked up royally. Because if you knew that this guy had been convicted of rape, and I do believe I saw Drag mention something saying it was a non-issue. No, that's a huge issue in my book personally. It's like that sort of crime. It's like that's the sort of person you don't ever associate with in any way, shape, or form ever, unless you're forced to by a court of law.
Yeah, so
other than that, you fucking walk away and you cast them aside like a fucking used bit of toilet paper and just walk on down the road. That person, I don't know them from a bar of soap, but going from what's being said here, bad juju, Steve. What the fuck are you doing, brother?
Yeah, and again, if Steve ever came up to me and asked me, he's like, what should I do? I'd be like,
that's why I'm saying it on the show right now live.
Yeah.
Because I know Steve will probably hear it, and I've got no problem with Steve. Got a lot of love for Steve. Like I said, when it comes to the science stuff, and not so much the theology stuff, because I don't give a shit whether there is a God at this point. I really don't care. Yeah. But the science stuff, I'm huge. I love learning about new stuff, and Steve was great for that. We're getting people like Landon on a lot of, like, what was the Christian scientist about the. You know how the Christians talk about the blood being found in a fossil? He actually had that scientist on the show to explain the process that she went through. So Steve's got some really good brownie points in my world. This is a pretty big bump in the road, though. But, again, I'll just say to Steve, I'll reach out to you. I would say to you, sir, reconsider your position. And as I say on Pimp Monk Show, I'd be disavowing like a son of a bitch, jumping on your push bike and backpedaling like a motherfucker, doing so very publicly with big neon lights saying, I was horribly wrong. I shouldn't have had him on my show, and I am now going to purge my channel of all the content that he's appeared in. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Yeah.
And that would probably be a good place to start, and then give people a bit of time, and they should move on. Because we'll find something else to get pissed about.
Yeah. I mean, we're not a reactionary channel, and I mean, I'm not, again, we didn't do shit for the rationality rules. We could have easily made subs on jumping on rationality rules. Like, we could have easily made it, but that's not what we do. We don't do that, you know? Yeah, he made a horrible video, and I came out and said, yeah, that was a fucked up video. But he, again, rationality rules is done what we think Steve should do, kind of backpedal a bit and be like, oh, fuck, I was really wrong. And to me, he did that, and he apologized and stuff like that, so I didn't see the need. I don't see the need to jump in people. If I wanted to do that, I would take that to my own channel, because this is not what this channel's about. People don't come to us to see us jumping people's shit. If you want to, I mean, there's a bunch of fucking drama channels that go around and jump in people's shit, and those channels, their chats are nasty as fucking hell. I can tell you right now. There's a woman, I think it's called Miss Fucking Wonderful, drama channel. She has doxed people. She has fucking just done a lot of bad shit, and that's not where I want our channel to go to. That's not what we fucking do. I mean, yeah, it was a half-ass apology. I would kind of agree, but you know, he realized what he done was fucking wrong. Again, I am not coming in support of rationality rules or anything. So don't even fucking try to say it's I don't want anybody thinking that. So, but again, it's just because we don't jump on somebody's shit does not mean we like. Just because I didn't jump on rationality rules doesn't mean like I fucking I am in support of trans people not being in the sports or any shit like that. So
Yeah, that there's a conversation to be had there, and you got to be really specific, and you got to look at each individual sport. And here's my answer to it: create a third category, and it's just called "Have at it, y'all." And there's just no. It's like you want to take steroids until your heart explodes out of your chest and send shrapnel into the crowd. Okay, you can be in the X Games. And just have a third one where there's just basically no rules except one rule: don't murder the competition. So it's actually still some sort of competition. There's got to be a way around this shit to keep everyone happy. And I'm not the guy to make that decision. But back to Steve again. Yeah, backpedal, bro. Backpedal. Wait. Back down the road. Put some oil on the chain and do it. And I love you, Steve. You've over the years you've entertained the shit out of me. The non-sex show that everyone and even before the great debate community sort of had the fracture, and like there used to be some fucking awesome streams with Drag and everyone on there. It's like, seriously, that's why I started coming to YouTube, is watching Talking Shit Tuesday with JD Kane and fucking Drag and just fucking laughing at G-Man's fucking videos.
Exactly.
And basically it was just a show of JD Kane sampling some of the finest whiskeys that mankind's ever had to offer while critiquing some funny videos. And it was hilariously funny.
Yeah.
Seeing Fiona and all those folks on there, and the chat's always pretty light-hearted. Kind of same sort of vibe here, mate, and kind of what we're trying to do at Pimp Monk Show now. Like, I've knocked it back about 6 years when it comes to moderating. My new motto is, nah.
Unless you're being a real cunt.
Yeah, well, that's it. Unless you start being a homophobic douchebag or a racist douchebag, it's basically open slather and chats that I moderate now because it's way more fun.
Yeah. And again, if anybody wants to jump in, feel free.
Hey.
Holy shit.
He's trouble.
Yeah, just as you said it, I was already in here, dude. Just waiting for my moment to say what the fuck's up. So, you having a crazy morning? I can see that, huh?
Yeah, like I get my new T-shirt that says "Ink at it" and stuff like that. I was all happy. Then I got the message that was like, someone like some people are kind of irritated because you're not outright the Geek Room's not outright condemning Steve, and I was like, well, that's not what we do. Even the person I talked to is like, yeah, like y'all, this is not what y'all do. Y'all not a drama channel, so why should it matter? So it was like, fuck, now I gotta go on here, explain, and hopefully tell people that we don't support pedophiles whatsoever, and hope that they believe us, I guess. I don't know, fuck. I shouldn't have to say this, but...
Doesn't it say a lot about the state of the internet where you actually have to say that shit?
Yes, it does. Just because you don't outright condemn somebody for a guest they have on. I mean, I've watched shows where people had, like, Nazis on it, and I don't outright fucking condemn them because I just don't. I mean...
it's not about what you guys like doing on this show. It's you guys like to make people laugh and entertain people. It seems like that, at least to me.
Yeah.
So, talking about drama nonstop is counterproductive to having fun. At least it should be. I know there was an entire genre on YouTube that tried to blend the two together, but that didn't last very long. Now did it?
No. Yeah, let's go the quick history of internet blood sports.
Oh God.
Okay, so. It starts off, it comes out of the gate strong. What is it? Worski sets a new record for live streams, I think, at the time for, like, he got over 10,000 streams. Then Mr. Medica's he's the anomaly. He has survived this shit, and he's come out unscathed like a shining beacon of light out the other end of this whole nightmarish process. And he is, I don't know, there's something about that guy. He just seems to just be in the right place at the right time and gets fed the right information, and his little expose videos are just like, holy shit. But yeah, look, blood sports, it kind of went whooshka, it took off, and then it started to eat its own tail, and then it got to its hind legs and gobbled up the drumsticks, and then got through and basically ate itself.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have an entire community of people where everyone's trying to one up each other and get the next big drama story. It's a bunch of people who are willing to stab each other in the back in order to get the next big...
Oh, sorry, I couldn't help it. Get back! Oh. Now, to be serious for a sec, the last I heard about Mr. Warski was he was back home seeking he was getting therapy. So hopefully you might see old school Warski who used to just critique really crazy feminists, and that wasn't so bad. Better than you know, like white ethno state advocating Warski. Now, I'm not saying he did have shows where there were people advocating for that shit, and he got in the same sort of trouble, really. A lot of people went, well, I'll let you guys be the judge. Warski's just a train wreck, and internet blood sports, may it rest in peace. I think the last remnant was the Ralph retort, and it went tits up recently too.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, so I think what the problem is that Steve's just this is not the hill to die on, Steve. I think that's the saying I can sum
Definitely
it up with.
not,
Not the hill to die on, brother.
Yeah.
Probably the last fucking hill to die on, honestly.
Yeah, there's way better hills to die on.
Yeah, there's way better fucking hills. You deserve a better hill, Steve. You deserve a better fucking.
Well, yeah. I'd rather my corpse be found on the hill where we argue about should pineapple be on pizza or not.
Yeah.
Oh shit. No, yeah,
and no one wants to be found on that hill dead either. But if I got to choose, it's like, give me the pineapple.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's now I've learned a bit more about it. It's just like, oh no, it's backpedal, neon signs. Sorry, disavow, delete.
Yeah, it was, again, like, I didn't know about it because I didn't watch it. It was just something I was looking at. I was like, that's not an interesting topic I want to hear about, so I didn't watch it. Then all this shit came up, and it was like, holy shit, what the fuck happened? So it was just because someone again, Heretic came up to me. He's like, what do you guys think? He even asked me, so what do you guys think about Steve having an I was like, bad move. Like, that was a bad move. I wouldn't have him on the channel, and we left it at that. That was pretty much it.
No, that's not enough, man. No, that's not enough. You gotta go all the way.
Beat down on him. Go up to his house, like gut shot him a few times, knock the wind out of him, crack a rib or two, maybe then kneecap him, and then stand over him and talk an old Italian style Americans. Go, hey, no more doing business with that guy. Hey.
You're gonna
slap him with a fish. There you go. Now, funny thing about pineapple, I need to mention this. Did you know that pineapple is the only food that it actually can consume you because of the enzymes in pineapple break down us. So while we're eating it, it's eating you. No shit. Dun, dun, dun. Now everyone's going to fucking hate pineapple. It's like that damn bromeliad.
That's the greatest argument against pineapple on pizza I've ever heard in my entire life.
Now, I've never researched that. I've heard it on a couple of shows mentioned, and if there's any science people in chat that know about enzymes and that sort of stuff, is that actually true or not? Because I haven't heard anyone jump on me and go, that's bullshit right away.
Yeah, if there's any Landons in the chat, then go ahead and let us.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
How you doing, Victor? So... Yeah.
Actually, I wonder where Len's probably at work taking care of his server farm.
I think it's actually this weekend. We're gonna have Landon Knoll on our channel at 6:30, I believe. So if you guys want to come by, stop by and chat with a really fucking smart guy or ask him a question, he's gonna be on our channel. I'm giving Billy a break from talking to a crazy fucking nut person. And I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So, but yeah, I'm giving Billy a break from talking to someone who's like really fucking nutty to someone one of the smartest fucking guys on the goddamn internet. But the funny story is, I let everybody know that we're getting Landon on the channel because I know Bran knows him, David McInnis knows him, Anna knows him. Billy didn't know him.
I heard about this, and he's like,
Billy thought we were fucking with him, like.
Well, apparently, here's what I understand. Dave McInnis and there's a whole bunch of people talking, and when they've gone, and he's asked, who's Landon? Everyone's put in a different fact about him, and when you stack up his list of achievements, if you didn't know he was a real person, you kind of go, yeah, you're full of shit, motherfucker.
That's exactly what we were like. He's done this and done this and done this. And he was like, all right, is this a true thing or is this a Vaughn thing? We're like, no, dude, he's legit. They're like, you guys are fucking with me right now. We're like, no, dude, we spent literally like 15 to 20 minutes trying to convince Tatted that land is fucking legit. Like, we're not.
He has a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, exactly. And I think David McInnis shared that, and it was so fucking funny.
Cool.
Seriously, about roughly 15% of the internet right now is, what's the word? It's encrypted with a method Landon created using fucking lava land. I shit you not, because of the chaotic nature of the way the wax moves. It's like they take photos and he worked out a way to encrypt data on the internet with it. Another thing he's responsible, him and a few other people were a part of a team that created a system, in a nutshell, that how to count really, 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 really fuck off big numbers. Yeah. He was on the team that was basically the second iteration of operating systems for computers, the Berkeley distribution. His name's on that. And I won't go into too much more, but you need to ask him about two things. The time he was in Africa and he had to do mortal battle with a wild animal using only his own body as a defensive mechanism, and I won't say any more. And the other one is asking about the time he went to North Korea, because that's a fucking cool story.
And even recently, he just got chased by pirates.
Yeah.
Like, if you step back and think about it, it's like, is this like some made up, like, is this a fucking novel of this, like, really fucking cool guy? No, this is fucking legit.
He's talking to me on Discord, right? He's sitting out in the middle of the South Pacific because he knows people. He's aware of certain satellites that may be really low and traveling really fast, and there's a network of them, funnily enough, and it'll patch into one or the other, and every now and again he'd drop back in. Or he'd get line of sight, they'd pull up off an island, and because the boat captain may have traded with some people with some nice fresh fish, a directional thing was like, oh, there's the boat, and they put a directional link out to the boat, broadband internet with all the island. And I challenged him to find pizza on Pitcairn Island, and the son of a bitch did it. I kid you not. I saw that there was a pizzeria on Pitcairn as a joke. I went, you need to get pizza, Landon. And he went up there, the pizza was shut. They don't have refrigerators. They still got ice boxes. And he said, yeah, I've had some pizza left over from this afternoon. It's in the ice box. Help yourself. Wow. Landon is legend. And he's done many cool things behind the scenes. His humanitarian work. I won't go into any details, but I will say this. It's a certain well-known African-American politician / church-going Jackson of some description may have been snubbed by a very well-known person, and that person walked past Jackson to go and shake Landon's hand, and Landon may have got a really filthy look from this certain individual. But Landon's got a million cool stories, and I'm not going to say any more because he needs to tell them, because he tells a damn good story too. And but any science questions, astronomy, especially, he loves volcanoes. You want to talk about Madame Pele? He will talk for 10 hours about Madame Pele and the Hawaiian volcanoes, because I think that's where his soul resides, sitting up on the top talking to Madame Pele constantly while he's in America.
like he gave me a list to he gave me a list of stuff, like, what do you want to talk about? We could talk about geeky things. Then he gives all this stuff, and I was like, dude, I mean I was like, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's like, I didn't know what to say, because half the shit I didn't know nothing about. And I was like, we'll talk about what you want to talk about. He's like, all right, we'll pick a certain topic, and then we'll just have it ask a AMA afterwards. I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So, I mean, anytime I can get Landon on channel, I'd be fucking happy. So, it'd be the most serious thing on our channel.
I'll just say this too. He was, you know who Robert Mugabe was? You familiar with that name? I'll just mention the name. Well, Landon happened to be in the city the day Robert Mugabe seized power. many decades ago, and it was not a bloodless fucking seizing of power. People died. Landon could hear the gunshots. Many moons later, Robert Mugabe loses power. Guess who's in South Africa on the same day doing his thing? Because he's also, the array that's being built in South Africa and Australia, the big satellite arrays. So there's the square kilometre ground array in Australia. Yeah. Landon's kind of part of that team as well. He's got his fingers in a lot of pies. He's advocated to American senators to get funding for a space program to shoot a probe out to a certain little planet at the end of our solar system to get some snapshots. And without Landon's advocating to a senator, they would have gotten nothing. And they got 1/10 of what they needed. So that's why it was a flyby instead of an orbital mission. They had one shot. They shot this thing past it like, and they had to take some snapshots as the thing went. Landon's a hell man, dude. And his humanitarian work, his scientific endeavors speak for themselves. And he's not bad at maths either, apparently.
Yeah.
I'll shut up. Sorry.
You're good. Yeah, you can go on hours just talking about Landon. Then get him in there. You can just go on hours just talking with him. But
yeah, exactly. And I'll mention one more thing. He also knew Richard Feynman, Mr. Feynman, as in, surely you're joking, Mr. Feynman of the shuttle O-ring fame, that guy, and some other well-known academics of the time who I'll start a vicious rumor, maybe Mr. Feynman may have had something to do with mentoring Landon. Maybe you should ask him about that.
Starting dirty rumors.
Yeah, filthy rumor about one of the finest minds of the 20th century, in my opinion, is Richard Feynman. And if you're not aware of that gentleman, YouTube, watch some vids. The Feynman symbols are one of the most magnificent things I've ever seen in my life. An idiot like me could understand them, and they're amazing. They really are.
Yeah.
I bet if you gave Landon a box of scraps, he could make an Iron Man suit in a cave.
He probably could. He probably could.
I'm not even kidding. He probably could.
And he'd make it using the cardboard.
Yeah.
Somehow he would make it using the cardboard.
Oh my god, yeah. Nintendo Labo Iron Man, dude.
And it would shoot lasers. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got today. Is like, guys, don't think our silences means we support anything that anybody does. I'm just not going to come on this channel, which is supposed to be a comedy channel where we just riff stupid people, and don't think that it's just because we don't come out and condemn somebody that we support everything they fucking do or support anything other than just comedy. Okay, we set our piece on Steve. We think that was a bad choice, and you need to backpedal Steve and kind of come out and be like, hey, I fucked up. But again, don't think just because I support, or this channel supports stupid shit.
It's like there's a term that Pimp sort of introduced me to on a concept. It's called fair weather friendship, and it's not a character trait that I like to exhibit. So if you're friends with someone and they fuck up, you kind of owe it to yourself and to the friendship to maybe sit down and point that out. And if it's serious enough matter, you can break off contact with that person. But I think once Steve gets enough feedback from his friends and the community that he might not either, and that's his call. I would just say to Steve, yeah, but I've just become aware of this stuff, mate. It's not a good look. Push bike, backpedal, screaming out sorry at the top of your lungs, and just get the fuck off the hill that you're on right now, because the pizza hill's a better place to go down and drop dead, brother.
Yeah, it's not.
I rest my face, Your Honor. I rest my face.
What does Steve do now? Ah, shit. If you want to just kind of go back a little bit, because I just kind of we went through the whole thing. And it's just like, it's.
Hold on, I got this. I'll do the cliff notes. Geek Room bad for not condemning person publicly for something Geek Room has really nothing to do with in first place.
Yeah, how the fuck could you, Frank? How the fuck could you? You betrayed me. You betrayed everyone. Ah! I'm just kidding. Or am I? Or am I? Or am I? No, I'm just kidding.
Dun dun.
Yep.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, what's...
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hello.
You finally made it in.
Yeah, I know you button sots encouraged me getting out of bed when I was half asleep.
I'm good at that. Hashtag unsubbed. Oh no. Anyway. Yeah, so I mean, I didn't have too much. I mean, if you want to sit here and talk, it's fine. My kid's asleep. I have nothing to do until I go into work later. So we can just sit and
Up to you, man.
yeah. Bran's like, I just realized I don't know what the fuck happened, dude. I got thrown at it right in the middle of Drag's stream, and I'm just like, shit. So.
Best part of waking up.
Frank. Yeah, I was just gonna say I saw Frank online, so I'll come and hang out with him.
Yeah.
Let's be quite honest. Nobody gives a flying fuck what I've got to say. I don't.
All right, in a nutshell, yeah, basically in a nutshell, Bran, because we didn't come out and condemn Steve, we support pedophilia somehow, which is a bit of a stretch. It's just, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I got asked. I mean, that's what I got told today. So it's just kind of like, yeah, no, we don't support that.
I like how Bran didn't even know that, but the show that he's on is what was being accused as a whole of that shit. That's kind of fucking ridiculous when you think about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, the thing is like I know Bran was at work, so I know he couldn't come on, and I didn't know if Tatted was working today. I was like, Tatted, do you need? Are you working? He's like, yeah, shoot. I was like, fuck, I gotta address this certain issue. And he was like, I can do it at 6. I was like, I gotta go to work, so it was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. And I didn't
do it live.
I didn't really want to bother anybody else on the cast with this because it's just something minute, and I don't think we really should have to kind of explain how we don't support pedophilia. So, but apparently I guess we had to. It's just like, shit, really? I got to go online today and kind of say that just because I didn't condemn somebody?
It's one of those days.
Yeah. So it's just, damn it. So anytime like I had to do something like this, I don't bother anybody else on the cast. It's like they got lives outside of this. I got a life outside of this, but I go to work later and my kid's asleep, so I had a little time. I was like, fuck it, I'll just jump on here and just do this real quick. And it's just, yeah. and again, throughout the week, we don't do shows throughout the week. We do it a show one day out of the week. Then I take it on Monday, cut it up, put it out throughout the week, so I don't have to worry about it at all. Sometimes you won't see me in the chats. It's because I am working. I have a life outside of this. It's just I'm not going to jump on my life. Even though I want to, I would love for this to be our job, that we could just come on, pay our bills with YouTube money. We're not at that stage yet, so I got to do other things. I can't just jump on anytime I fucking want to. Again, this is summer. My kid's home. So there's times where I couldn't even make it to Pitman's show because I had my kid or I had to do something outside of work. So it's just because I don't jump online, and again, that's not what I show about, but just again, I don't jump online to condemn somebody doesn't mean I support it. It's just because I got other shit. I haven't been able to watch YouTube videos in a while.
I feel like there's a common thing on the internet, which is kind of unfortunate, where people forget that there's lives out off the internet. There's real lives that people experience and have to deal with.
Yeah, I run a store right now. I have to make sure that store is running to the best of top notch, or I don't have a job.
Yep.
I don't have money to pay Bull or to put it into the show to make it the way it is. So
I also don't understand how people get from, oh, you didn't condemn it, so you must support it.
I don't either. Like, it was just brought to my attention this morning. I was listening to Drag. I was playing Elder Scrolls because I have a little bit of free time today before I go into work. And someone is like, hey, I need to call you real quick. I was like, all right. So I talked to him, and he let me know. He's like, look, I love your show. I just want to make sure you guys are aware of this. Just because. And it was like, wait, why? Why do I have to get online to...
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Frank, I've never heard you say anything bad about Hitler, man. I've never heard you like disavow Hitler. Man. Yeah.
Frank.
Dude, you must be a Nazi, Frank. Holy shit.
Well, we do have Billy on the show who has a Richard Spencer haircut.
Whoa! Oh my God, that's even worse.
Frank, you haven't condemned IBM, you haven't condemned VW, you haven't condemned all the gas companies. Like, seriously, dude, it's just like you're out there advocating for the Fourth Reich at this point. What the hell, dude?
I'm the worst person fucking ever.
Dude, you must be a Nazi, a communist, and all those other fucking buzzwords that people don't like.
Yeah.
Good lord.
It's just a mental way of thinking. I don't understand the logic behind people who can go off and they...
Yeah. It's just
who do that. It's just crazy.
And again, like, I can't remember who said it. I think it was either in chat or in here. It's counterproductive to go and just condemn every fucking body. I'm not Keemstar. If you want that, go to Keemstar. If you want that, go to some of these drama channels.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
People know these things are wrong anyway. Why do we have to personally condemn everything that might pop up that's in the periphery somewhere?
That's ridiculous.
I know this is really a periphery thing, but it's not up to every single YouTuber on YouTube to suddenly go, oh, Steve, you fucked up. Because that's just stupid. That doesn't make any sense.
Here's the thing, too. Like, if someone asked you that and brought this to your attention and accused you of, like, supporting this just because you hadn't talked about it yet, like, okay, well, I've had Steve on my show before, and this person never contacted me. They better be going out there and contacting everyone that Steve's ever talked to if they think that that's fair, because it's not fair to just do it to you and not do it to everybody else. It's not fair to do it to anyone fucking period. But at least remain fucking consistent. What, just because they know you, they're gonna do it?
Well, the person that called me wasn't the one that was condemning me, or that wasn't it. He was just letting me know, it's like, hey, I've actually heard, through the grapevine of this, and I was like, all right, thanks for letting me know. So,
well, I'm just in that case, just the person that was condemning it. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm not. Again, if you want that, go to Keemstar, go to fucking. There's a bunch of drama channels, but if you go to those drama channels, tell you now, they're toxic as fuck. They're not as good as our fucking chat. Our chat from when we first started, it was getting that way, and we ex-nayed it real fucking quick. We were like, nope, this is how it's gonna run. Stop this shit right now. And our chat's fucking awesome now. We do keep Celtic around because he's our flat earth punching bag, and he gives me that one downvote, gives me engagement. I was like, fuck it, we'll keep him around, So, but it's. Anytime he starts being bad, I put him in timeout, and he kind of comes back as like, all right, I'll go back to my fucking whatever.
There seems to be this thing that every time some shit goes down within the community, it's like, who's standing nearby that we can also throw shit at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can we pull into the mud, right?
Yeah. I wrote a post about this after the whole shit went down between Steve and Kyle, that like. Look, anyone who's ever been remotely touched by those two suddenly gets dragged in, and you have to have an opinion on this. No, fuck off. You don't have to have an opinion. It is their thing.
Yeah.
I have zero opinion on many things.
Yeah, my only opinion on it is I'm for Team Booleanenator. That's it.
Exactly.
So fuck off. Steve and Kyle can sort their own shit out. They are grown men, they can fucking figure it out for themselves, and I actually don't want to hear about it all the fucking time. Go to your lawyers and sort the shit out. I don't care.
If Boo wasn't affected by it, and he was affected by it, because that's why I was like, hey, look, I want you on our channel, I want you to produce our show because you do a hell of a good job. I'll pay you. Fuck it, if he wasn't in the show, I'd be just like Drag. I'd be like just Drag. Hashtag team fuck everybody, because that's their shit. they go through that shit, I'm not getting in the middle of it. Yeah, I was a producer and I didn't get paid for the shit, but I am not looking for compensation. I am not getting in that fucking mess. And I helped produce
Oh, yeah,
the
and
fucking,
it is a mess.
yeah, I helped produce the fucking Aaron Raw and Kent Over thing. I'm not about to jump my shit. I know I got better shit to do. To worry about like what, $50? No, fuck that shit. I'm just throwing the number. That's not exactly what he owes me. I don't know what he. I don't care either. So
when it all, I'll say this. Months ago, I was behind the scenes. I talked to Canadian Dave a lot and to Bulls a little bit, and I mentioned several months ago. I said, "You guys aren't getting paid," and I watched Bulls and Canadian Dave and Steve, but especially Bulls, fucking really do it tough. And I asked Bulls, did he have a Patreon? And at the time, he had it deactivated and hidden. And I said, kick it in the guts and give me the link. So I'm just going to say this, and I'm not calling anyone out here, but I urge people to put their money where their fucking mouth is and go and jump onto Bulls' Patreon and swing him a couple of bucks, because he does a lot of producing for a lot of people. And as soon as Bulls is involved in anyone's show, the production levels, they improve. And I'm not trying to throw fucking shit on anyone, because Frank fucking does a great job. Everyone, I can't stream to save my own fucking life, so I'm not going to sit here and cast fucking stones at anyone. But get out there and support Bulls, and if you can afford it, Canadian Dave as well. And oh shit, what's his fucking show called? The cartoon show they're doing, the Slippery Slope show.
Yeah, they're doing the Slippery Slope show. Once we get a little bit more money, I am going to support Dave McInnis as well. I cut in Bull into hours, so he gets basically like I think we're almost at $100 per show, and we haven't got the stuff for members yet and stuff like that. And I told Boo, I was like, look, everybody here makes $20 pretty much. I'm gonna cut you in on that too. And if we get more, then you get more. Whatever we get through super chats or members, you'll get a percentage of that too. And I'm hoping like we'll get more so I can cut David McInnis in, because he's the one that actually came up with the idea of cutting the shows up. So I want to help support him as well. But Dave's not really pushing it. But as soon as I can, I will.
Dave's Canadian. He's super polite.
Speaking of which, he
did my avatar, and I asked him to do a couple of things for when I was going to stream, but I didn't go through with it at the time, and so he felt bad. So he spent a whole bunch of time doing a whole bunch of reworks to photos and different art pieces, and that's how I've ended up with this avatar. So. And Dave also did now. Who remembers the Golden Nun Awards and all of the fancy 3D rendering stuff? Well, Mr. 95% didn't do that. Sorry, Kyle. I know who did, because I sat with the guy for 2 days in Discord while he slaved his ass off several hours per day, 2 days before the show was going to go live, because you decided you wanted some 3D animation, Mr. 95%.
Oh, my God.
You couldn't do it to save your own life if someone was holding a 44 Magnum in your mouth with the freaking thing cocked.
Right.
You ran to Canadian Dave McInnis, and you were and you whinged and whined like a little fucking bitch, and he fucking put himself through the ringer for you. So just for that, on behalf of Dave, fuck you, Kyle, and fucking open the books, and I'll shut up now.
Frank.
Yeah.
You know that 1 minute awkward clip I showed you when we had you on Underhaven recently, where it was just Kyle having technical difficulties for 1 straight minute? Oh my God! I think everyone here has seen that by this point, but it's legendary, man. And you know what, guys? I think I might put out the regular clip out there so people can add their own music and make it into a big meme. I would love to see that become a meme, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Or just get the clips of him on his hour-long show where he sat there rocking side to side looking at his own dick for 3/4 of the fucking stream, because you could just put that to some really big fat bass and beats, and you'd probably have a hit on your hands at that point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
To be honest, I haven't seen any non sequitur since the whole shit happened, so
Neither has anyone else.
No, exactly. Me and Boo was when I first brought him on, we were setting up for the show, and I think we watched the stream that he did right before any of the other ones. It was like his first one, and we were just kind of sitting there watching it while we were working on the show, and we were like, yeah. So that's the day that I unscribed because he didn't mention Boo whatsoever in that, and that kind of pissed me off. And again, don't think because I'm on like, I mean, technically I am on Steve's side because he did get fucked, but I'm more Boo's side. But if it was tables a turn and Steve did that to Kyle, I'd be on Kyle's side. So, but
Yeah.
just
And
because he's my friend, don't mean I'm always siding with him. And that's another thing I had to talk about.
Now,
Like,
I want to say this really quickly too, because now is a I don't know what the chances are, but let's just say for some reason Kyle has a massive case of sanity just overwhelm him tomorrow, and he goes, "Oh shit!" and the lawyers get involved, and it's sorted out really quick, and everyone gets paid, and it's all toot sweet. It's like I'd be the first one to reach out to Kyle and go, "You fucked up. Good on you for making it right.
yeah,
Fucking next time I see you, I'll shout you a beer." Because here's the thing, I actually like Kyle. Kyle, before all this shit went down, you got to remember he stood up for some cool shit, you know.
Definitely, yeah.
He didn't like bullshit artists. He didn't like fucking snake oil salesmen. Like me and him passionately fucking hate snake oil salesmen. I noticed like that's what really rile him up. It's like, ooh, you got a bit of Aussie in you, mate. Cool.
The thing I really respected about him was that he was willing to have the hard conversations, but apparently not the hardest one that there needed to be.
Yeah. And again, Kyle, it's like I've said some harsh shit about you, but I don't hate you. I just think it's really bad what you've done, and you still can rectify this and make it fucking right, dude. So I'm going to leave it at that because, again, who gives a flying fuck what the dumb Aussie's got to say? Who really? I don't.
Well, this other dumb Aussie does, so.
Thank you. I just want to make people laugh because life's a really shitty experience at the best of times, you know, and if I can make people laugh for a few seconds, I steal your problems away and make them nobodies just for a few seconds. And the act of laughter, let's think about this for a second. Think about the act of laughter. When you're laughing and a good, really hardcore laugh, everything melts away. Reality disappears. And just for a brief second, all of your problems go and vanish. Now, sadly, I can't keep them at bay, but I'll try my best to make you laugh as often as possible so you forget your fucking problems for a few seconds at a time. It's
pretty sure that's what this channel's about, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, I am in the works right now of a depression video. Because one, I suffer from depression. I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people don't get help, and shit happens. I got a lot of great people helping me. I got Scientist Mill, I got Drag, I got and the Conspiracy, they're helping and stuff like that. And that's the main part of our channel, is to make you laugh. Because I can tell you right now, like, I could be depressed, and I've canceled shows because my depression was so fucking bad and I couldn't do it, and I knew it had been a drag. So I've canceled shows sometimes because I was just like, I can't do it today. But anytime that I am just feeling a little bit, anytime I come off the show, I feel a whole lot better, and that's why that's where our show is geared towards, is to make you laugh and make you forget about this stupid fucking bullshit that is happening. I mean, shit, there's a lot of shitty shit happening in the world right now, and if I can just take it away for about a couple hours, I've done my job, and I'm happy about it.
Well,
I think that's a
this
fucking
shit
service.
isn't worth doing unless we enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
So it has to be. If we're not enjoying it, it doesn't matter if the audience are. We have to enjoy it ourselves.
Yeah, I wouldn't be putting in sometimes days where I do like literally like an entire fucking day's worth of work nonstop just because like it's not easy. A lot of people think it's way easier doing YouTube than it actually is, especially when like you're trying to get a following and you don't have like you don't have much to start with. I mean, it's difficult, but you know, people do it because they're passionate. That's where I'm still doing it. You know, it's not my main source of income, but I still fucking do it because I want to entertain people. It means something to me.
Yeah, dude. I was going to do all the angry rant shit. I'm trying to move away from the whole angry shit because I suffer from a cluster of mental illnesses. Been on a disability pension since 2004. And to get one of those in Australia, it's like, gots to be pretty fucking crazy to fucking even be considered, let alone get one for life like I've got. So I deal with.
Tell me about it.
I get manic. So some people have seen me on shows where it's like, and I'm fucking go over the top. And then other times I'll sit there in utter fucking silence for an hour and Pimp might get 3 words out of me. And that's when I'm morbidly depressed looking at the wall going, I wish to put a gun in my fucking mouth and pull the trigger because my existence is shit. But I never follow through with that shit because I realise I've been alive long enough to understand it's a mental illness and it's a cycle. It's like a waveform. I recognise as I just call it the roller coaster. And when I'm down the dumps, I now have certain things I'll go and do, which is find one of my favourite YouTube channels. And at the moment, I'm diving right into mech warrior lore. So I'm learning about the houses, the clans, all of the fucking cool shit. The battle for Tipiak or what is it, Turkey? I forget the name of the planet. Really cool stories though. And that's the stuff that keeps me going. And the other things is interacting with all you folks on YouTube and in Discord. It's like, I've met some of the most awesome fucking people. I've had some of the best fucking arguments and I've had some of the best dummy spits I'll ever fucking have on the internet. But I don't hold grudges. It's like, if I don't get along with someone, I'll leave them alone. It's like, I don't go search people out and fuck with them. That's shit. It's like, life's too short to fucking go and fuck with people on that level.
So, hey, Red, how come you haven't jumped on Down Under Discourse with myself, Notcher, Meredith, and
I
Ozman?
don't know.
Well, you're fucking gonna have to.
Okie dokie. I usually hide on Pimp's channel. I've been asked to come on a few shows and I politely decline. Animance has been trying to get me on
You're on the
channels
Twitter?
for fucking ages, a poor bastard. I just get a bit shy. Like, I'm worried that I'm going to go over to someone's channel and have a fucking spin out about something and fuck the show right up. I'm really paranoid
There is
about
no
that.
way you could fuck up Down Under Discourse. On our very first episode, I showed everybody in channel that I don't have a gag reflex.
I like your style.
Yeah, I can't remember the time point is in it, but big black dildo, no gag reflex.
There you go. That's...
I was not expecting to wake up and have this conversation, but I'm on board.
It came up in conversation, and
it
came up in conversation, and Meredith told me to prove it.
There you go.
Well, bugger.
I have no shame.
You'll fit right along with us here.
Yeah, very well.
I'm trying
Sorry, I should just say this real. I should probably get heading off because I got some stuff to do. I'm gonna upload that episode in like 30 minutes or so. So yeah, all right. I'll talk to you guys later. It was nice hanging out.
All right, thank you, man.
Nice seeing you guys.
Awesome.
Take it easy. See you.
Bye.
Yeah, Animancer does a lot of work behind the scenes for
Yeah, he does.
Ben Pie and Pimp. I mean, a lot of fucking work. Runs the Discords. Actually took over running the Discord from me because I really sucked at it. So, yeah, Pimp's Discord's a lot better now, but we need to start jacking up the usage. And I think after we get him back from VidCon, I'm going to slap him around a bit and get him in there.
I have had so much coding, my head's buzzing. Sorry. Migraines. I'd much rather have a buzzy head from codeine than a achy head from migraines. So.
Yeah. Getting space
hey,
out. That's great.
Try now, Lucy. Just go into Voice and Geeked in. You should be able to join in since Animaster dropped. I didn't realize it could only do 5 people. Let me see if I can do.
Oh, you need some room. I can bail out to make room for others. I've been in here talking shit for ages.
And keep talking shit. It's good fun.
Yeah.
Besides, it means that we Aussies are more than represented.
Yeah, you should be able to join now. So, no, you don't have to jump up.
Yeah, sorry to tell you, Frank. The Australians are taking over the Geek room, mate.
Yeah.
Because behind the scenes, I've been doing 95% of nothing, so I'm good to go.
It's not just the Australians; it's the Commonwealth in general.
All right.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Yeah, screw these.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Damn.
We're taken over from these ungrateful colonials.
Sorry about your room there, eh?
Sorry.
Happy Independence Day, mate.
Lucy, you finally made it in.
Hey, Lucy.
Think you just gotta unmute yourself now.
Unmute.
She's getting there, I think.
It's too quiet.
It did get kind of quiet.
Shh, everybody quiet. Shh. If we're all quiet, Dave will go and get some. I don't know. What will Dave? He'll go and find a moose.
Find the moose.
With some a moose smothered with maple syrup. Sounds pretty Canadian to me.
Is moose to Canadian like sheep is to New Zealander, is it?
Well,
for me it is anyway. I generalise.
no one's fucking
Canada
mooses, though.
Was that no one's fucking moose?
That's right. You said that the moose is to what New Zealand as sheep is? I mean, like, yeah, no one's fucking the moose. So it's just not...
Yeah, I think the mooses go around fucking up everything else. So it's like they fuck up cars and all sorts of things. If they're big beasties, aren't they?
They just stand in the way, and then the cars aren't cars anymore.
Kind of sounds like ruse.
Hey, I think I made it finally.
Hey!
Hey, Lucy.
It only took me 20 years. My grays are showing through.
You're good. You said you had something to say? Okay.
Sorry.
No,
Well, no, I mean, like, all the drama, you guys were talking about all the drama going on in the community right now. And I guess my take on it all is that everyone just needs to shut the fuck up and get over themselves, because at the end of the day, we have much bigger things in the world that we need to be fighting against that aren't within the community itself. And we're never going to be able to do anything bigger and better for this world if all we're doing is fighting amongst each other.
exactly.
And frankly, I'm so sick of getting on Twitter every single day and there's a new Twitter war. It's like, do people not have jobs where they need to do something else for a little while other than sit on Twitter and talk about how much they hate this person or how transphobic this person is or how this person's screwing this person over? I mean, I have a real job. I don't have time to do that all day.
I mean, if they just put a timer on tweets where you could type in the tweet, but you had to wait 30 minutes to send it, and then it asked, are you sure you want to send this tweet? Then so many problems would be solved, because it's just too easy. Back in the day, you didn't get people rage, handwriting with a quill pen by candlelight, just rage writing 50 million fucking letters, and then sending out a flock of pigeons. We'll get
Although
you.
people did that to newspapers, though, didn't they? They rage wrote letters into newspapers.
And to King.
Yeah, because it took a lot longer.
Somebody was too crazy to publish their shit.
Yeah, Twitter publishes everything.
People back in the day would go out into the flippin' courtyard area of the city and draw their guns and see who drew them faster, and then they'd walk away and be done.
What's the park? There's a park in England where you go and you basically take your soapbox down and get up and start going rah, 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 and talk shit, and then someone can get up on their box and counter whatever shit you've said with their shit. And it's everyone sits there just throwing verbal diarrhea at each other. It's yeah, this is the shit.
What the fuck did we start in the chat with the moose?
I don't know. That's the way the chat goes, and you just you
know,
go with it. Okay, you swim against the stream, you'll just get lost. That's why I love our chats.
I can't see the chat right now because
Well, they're talking about moose lactating, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
I want a moose shrimp chimera. That's what I want. Half moose, half shrimp.
And to go off what you said, Lucy, that's the reason why I made that Where's the Love videos, because everybody is fighting fucking everybody. No one's again, like you just said, if we are fighting everybody, then we're not fighting the real shit that needs to be fought against. We're just bickering at each other. Holy Kool-Aid just went down to not too long ago to Florida to fight against the NIFB. That's fucking awesome, and that's the shit I support. He's not on Twitter bickering at. Well, he kind of did with Essence of Thought a little bit, but again, his main thing is to fight back that stuff. That's what we need to do instead of who's transphobic, who's this, who's that, and just fucking slamming each other when that's counterproductive. So.
Yeah, it doesn't help. It doesn't help anybody to put everybody in tinier and tinier boxes with smaller and more specific labels. Like, I don't think that's actually a useful thing to do. No. It just creates like sub tribes within an already like divisive structure, and everybody like just has these unpassable purity tests that they probably don't even pass themselves.
Exactly.
Well, gatekeeping is the most ridiculous form of division when it comes to this community. You've got people who are gatekeeping because people aren't atheist enough, or because this person is, siding with this person too much. Gatekeeping is ridiculous when it comes to this community and shouldn't even be a part of this community, period.
Well, that's the same with all communities, isn't it, Lacey? It's like
it is, yeah.
We are a community in that we all don't believe there's a God, and that's it. That's all any of us have in common. And within that, there's other smaller communities who have even more things in common.
Right.
But then to call out somebody who's in a different area of being an atheist and say, "Oh, you're not fucking atheist enough because you don't believe what I believe," is just retarded.
I completely concur with that, and that's what.
And I know people don't like me using the word retarded. I apologize.
It's good. I'm a special needs father right now.
Australian thing.
Yeah, I'm a special needs father, and it does not bother me whatsoever. So
yeah,
I think it's stupid.
It's an Australian thing. We don't use retarded to talk about people who have disabilities. We use it to talk about people who shouldn't have disabilities, who are making themselves appear to be disabled.
And
or
actually,
your car timing. Your car timing can get retarded too, I believe it or not.
Yes. And which is pretty much what happens to the brains of people who do stupid things.
I've actually got called
retard flames. So like that.
And talking about this stuff thing, like, because recently, well, it's probably about a couple months back, we had a bout with the Atheist girl. She blocked us and set her sycophants on us. One of the guys was trying to call out another one of my friends, Prometheus. I don't know why his whole name's escaping me. Anyway, he used the word. He used that word. I don't say it. I don't condemn anybody who wants to say it. I don't say it in respect to my wife because she doesn't like the word. But he said something along the lines of that, and the guy was jumping the shit, and I was like, it's just, he's not meaning it that way. He's not meaning special needs people whatsoever. And he's like, well, it's still offensive. I was like, it's not offending me, and I'm a special needs father. He's like, well, you're just an obvious and a poor dad. I was like, why? Because I'm not going to jump his shit or condemn him because he uses that word. So I'm not going to do that. It's stupid.
Well, I mean, you've kind of gotten to know me, and you've seen some of my, I think you watched my interview with Neil and some other things that I've been doing. And everybody should know me at this point well enough to know that I am probably the least discriminative person on the face of this planet with everything, ethnicity, religion, orientation, how you identify, whatever the case may be. I judge you based on your behavior and how you treat other people, not anything to do with what you are, right?
No.
Well, I got called an ableist yesterday. because one of our so I'm the admin on Mr. Atheist server, which is a very big Discord server. And yesterday, someone in the chat decided to compare their transphobia to one of our mods, Sassy Atheist, actually. She's in the chat. Hi, Sassy. But compared the transphobic excuses that they were making around bi versus pan and all of this other stuff, compared it to Sassy being African American. And I got pissed and I went off. And then they were like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't see her profile picture. I didn't know she was actually black when I said that. I didn't know. Oh my gosh, I didn't know. I can't see the screen that well, and I didn't see her picture. And I said, that's not an excuse. That is some bullshit. And they called me an ableist because they said that they couldn't see the screen, and I was being an ableist because when they told me that they had a condition where they couldn't see it very good, that I didn't accept that as an excuse to attack another person's ethnicity. That's what happened.
That's on a level
that's
of
some
don't
mental
make sense.
gymnastics.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the fuck?
But you're not going to come in and disrespect Sassy, who's a moderator in that channel, and you're not going to disrespect her, especially when it comes to skin color. Not on my dime, not on my watch.
hell yeah.
Will not happen.
Yeah, if I didn't have a migraine before, I fucking do now.
Right. So I lost it, and I don't normally lose it. I'm normally very composed and very eloquent with my wording, and I try to get through to people and bridge gaps, but you know, that just wasn't going to happen. So yes, they got banned with the quickness, and then they started calling me an ableist, and then Sassy started banning people because it was just a big, huge dumpster fire. But I will never stand back and watch somebody degrade another human being, especially for their skin color or orientation or anything like that. That's how you make change. I mean, that's how my one voice can make a difference, right? So
exactly. Like, and I told the guys, like, when he's using that word, he's not looking at my son and degrading him. He's not. He's just talking about someone that's stupid. And I know some people are like, well, if you use that, I mean, you're connecting with that, and it's like, whatever. He's still not talking about mentally challenged people. He wasn't looking at my son and saying the word or saying he's this. He was just talking about some other idiot that made a stupid fucking claim. So
I think that it's not so much like when you hear people saying that's not so much that they're saying like you're connecting these things together, like you're aware of it or something. I think that they're more saying you might not be aware of it, but people who are in these situations kind of like connect these things together and internalize it, and then it ends up being sort of like just a like self-damaging thing where now they're like where it can like end up triggering things like depression and whatnot because they're sort of like internalizing their state as a negative one. Yeah.
Right.
Which is why I apologize, because I realise that the vernacular used in other countries isn't necessarily the same as it is in Australia, where we tend not to use the word retard to describe anybody who actually has a medical condition.
yeah.
Retard is purely used for somebody who doesn't have a medical condition, but is just acting completely stupid.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. America, I remember many moons ago, Americans, except for the most brave Americans, would not say, well, I'll use the old terminology, they would not drop the C-bomb. Ooh, no. Oh, no, not the C-bomb. Oh, my God, he said the C-bomb. And then, what was it? Larry Sanders' show was the first American show, I think. Right at the end of it, fucking Hank says, yeah, and Larry's wife's a cunt. And
awesome.
That started it. And now you got, what's the Aussie guy that's over in America doing all right? Jim Jeffries?
Oh, Jim Jeffries, yeah.
Yeah, he's over there swearing his tits off. It's like, and it's just desensitized Americans to the point now where a lot of my American friends are dropping it as often as, if not more than me. It's just like, you're kind of robbing the magic out of the word, guys. Don't, come on, America. Just become afraid of it again and go, call it the C-bomb, because it used to make me laugh when they go, oh my God, he said the C-bomb. You can't say the C-bomb. I was like, you fucking want to make a bet, cunt?
Like, you can't say
But they don't use it the same way we do either.
Mm-mm.
Well, yeah, cunt could be everything. It's like it's a universal word. It's seriously, it's like
It's not
I'm
quite
not
as flexible as fuck, but it's
No, it
it's
is.
up there.
I will put forth that it is, and what I propose is instead of we can go two ways. Well, actually,
You
we'll
cannot
nominate the
say
word
cunt
mate.
the cunting cunter. It doesn't work. Yeah, but you can
you
say
can.
fuck the fucking
But
fucker.
the cunting
Well, you
cunt,
can say it,
I
but it
can't.
doesn't work.
Now, here's the wonderful thing about Australia. I think we can solve the world's problems about all of these pronouns and stuff. Everyone should just call everyone mate. Sorted. Done.
Yeah, that's not going to be liked by a lot of people overseas. I can tell you straight off because I've actually said it to other trans people, and they go, "You can't call me mate." I go, "Fucking can."
Well, like
Just
in
fucking did,
Australia,
mate.
mate is like friend almost, right?
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah, in Australia it is.
Yeah.
So I got in an argument with people the other day about dude, because in Australia, dude is non-gendered. You go, "Hey, dudes, what are you doing?"
Yeah, I thought that was the same way with here too, because
Apparently it's not, and apparently people get pissed off with being called dudes. And they say, "Oh, well, maybe if you're talking about a group, it's fine." Yeah, so you do it singular. You go, "Oh, dude, why did you do that?" And it's not gendered. It is not gendered language.
Yeah, and technically, dude's an infected elephant butt hair, isn't it?
Camel penis, isn't it?
I had so many different fucking shit, but yeah, like
Yeah.
the way I do it is I say the same way. I even call my wife a dude sometimes. She'll do something and I'm like, dude, what the fuck did you just
dude
do?
is not gendered.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. And I mean, if you're gonna police every little bit of language, then when you actually have to police a bit of language that is hurtful, you no longer have any impact on that.
Yeah.
So you can over police something and then you just look like a douche and then you'll never get any respect.
Yeah.
And I've just probably alienated myself from half the trans community. It won't be the first time and it will not be the last.
Oh shit.
I think my new mission in life is to learn how to say cunt in every language on the planet.
That's all right. Oh, the one you missed out on was we're with on Down Under Discourse. We started a conversation with something, and I said, "Oh look, I give all you guys permission to use the word tranny." And they're all like, "We can't fucking say that. People will kill us." They go, "I just gave you permission." Just to highlight that whole fucking stupid thing is this. Oh, I know somebody. I can do whatever I want, which is retarded. And it was like, yeah, I've used that word again. But
one
yeah,
of my
it was
trans
like,
friends, she taught me the best phrase ever, and it's like, instead of referring to a certain piece of a genitalia as what it is, we now call it a pussy stick. Works for everybody. Just a pussy stick.
That is awesome.
There's I can't remember her name, but she calls it my lady dick. Like she'll tell people, "Suck my lady dick," and it pisses people so off so bad.
That's May. That's May Bowen, my non-binary girl dick, because she's non-binary.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
it was just
it's in her profile. So yeah. Well, no, she's changed it to herself she doesn't call herself non-binary anymore because of a discussion we had on Nuanced Nonsense the other day, and she started calling herself gender greedy because she wants all the gender to herself, which I thought was absolutely awesome. But yeah, I mean, people are who people are, and that's it. And just accept it, everyone, because fuck you all.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing about YouTube. I've met a couple of trans people now, and Alexis is one of my best friends now. She's a mad Borderlands fan. She's into all
Alexis
sorts of
Phil.
shit. Yeah. Well, she's called that darn
Alexis
tranny,
is awesome.
right? And like, I met her through Pimp Show, and she's honestly one of my best friends. She's such a fucking genuine, lovely person, and
fucking hilarious too.
She's the one that helped me understand gender dysphoria and all that. Like to really, and when I say understand it, I can't walk a mile in her shoes, but I now understand the concept of it, and I'll try and make it as simplistic as possible. It's like a Mars bar coming in a Snickers wrapper. It's just in the wrong wrapper, and it can be. Well, I won't use the word fixed, but it can be.
The reason why cis people don't understand trans people is because you've got no way to actually get it. Even people who are gay or lesbian really don't get the same thing, because if your identity doesn't match your body, how can you possibly explain that to somebody in a way that somebody who does match could possibly understand. It's not like you suddenly wake up and, oh yeah, I think I'm the other way around. No, you've always known it. If you ask anyone who's trans, they always knew right from a young age, which means as far back as you can remember, that your body did not fit who your identity was.
Yeah.
And a cis person is never going to understand that, because always from a young age, your identity is fit. So how can you hope to fully explain it? All you can do is accept that what we tell you is the truth, and we hope you do, and just leave us the fuck alone.
Well, I kind of get it, and that's why I come up with the chocolate bar and the wrong wrapper thing, because it's just a simplistic way to try and explain a very complex fucking concept to people that don't have a fucking clue. And
for the record, I don't have
a
a pussy stick. I've only got a pussy, so.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just, and there's new words being. I'm still discovering new words, and there's apparently there's a new thing now. Like it's a new name when you talk to yourself in the third person, and I didn't realize that. Someone just like, yeah. Abby calls herself a this. I'm like, what is that? And apparently, I can't remember what the word is. It was a discussion long ago because people had a problem because I like Vosh, and we had Vosh on our channel, so it was almost kind of the same thing with Steve. They were like, yeah, he was a piece of shit back then. You know, he did this, this, and this. And I was like, does he do it now? No, then maybe it changed. I mean, yeah, he done some fucked up things maybe, but hey, he's not doing them now. But yeah, I was speaking to someone who's. And there's an actual name for someone who fucking calls himself in the third person. And I just learned that not too long ago. I was like, holy shit, there's too many names for stuff now. Like, it's...
Oh, there's a whole dictionary out there just of veterinarian terms. It's fucking insane. There's words in this dictionary, in the veterinary's dictionary, that aren't in the normal English. And there's terminology for the condition where an animal will go around eating the fecal matter or its own fecal matter or the fecal matter of other animals. There's a specific, really cool, long Latin fucked up name for it. So my vet told me this, and why are you telling me this stuff? I said, oh, you just like random, you like science. I said, but not the poop eating bit. Why? You live on a farm. It's like, yeah, but why? Jesus Christ.
I just call that my vets. Dog.
I'll go to a different vet now.
I probably did that too.
So Frankie,
yeah,
has Billy figured out who Landon is yet?
I hope so. He messaged me privately. He's like, "You're fucking with me, right?" And I'm like, "No." like he messaged me privately. He's like, "You're fucking with me, right?" And I'm like, "No, this is the one time I am not fucking with you." Like. Fuck, I don't know how to, like, tell you that this is Landon, so.
I mean, he's got a crazy story. He's like basically Hunter S. Thompson without the drugs.
Yeah.
At least with less drugs.
Aww. Anyway.
No, he's very well known in the wine tasting circles in America. He's actually very highly rated out of the tens of thousands of people that are registered on it. I think he's in the top within the top 200 people that are rated for wine tasting and stuff like that. So he's actually a true cork sniffer. So call him a cork sniffer, because he's a fucking cork sniffer.
I thought he didn't like corks, because on the last Rum and Coke night when he was on Steve's show, he like made fun of corks. I don't know.
Well, hey, I just returned back
it's
to
because
work.
if the cork gets into the wine, it ruins the wine, except for maybe those silicone ones. But like, yeah, if you've ever had a corked wine, it's a terrible thing to have, and you can't drink it. Your wine's screwed. So it's better to have a screw on top that can't screw up your wine.
Oh, there you go.
It's always good to have a screw on top.
What was you saying, Lucy?
Wow.
I was saying that I'm back working now.
Sorry.
And I have a conference call coming up, so I'm gonna have to drop.
Gotcha. Yeah, we probably won't be going too much longer. So
It was
No,
nice
Lucy.
chatting with you guys.
Take
It
us
was
to
nice
the
to
conference
meet you,
call.
Lucy.
Whee!
Yeah, I think
I know.
Lucy's going to be on with us this weekend.
That's the plan.
Yeah. So she's going to be on Let's Riff. So.
But you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to get back into my dungeon of crunching numbers and running reports and doing analysis the rest of the day. And then
I'm sorry.
I'll be dead later. So
Aww.
I'm sorry.
you guys have a good rest of your day.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and end this. I said all I needed to say. I think everybody came in. They brought up really good fucking points. Stop. Just because, again, that's why I named it the way the show today. Silence does not equal support. Just because I don't come out and condemn somebody doesn't mean I support what they did. I agree with Red Eye. He needs to backpedal a little bit and say, I fucked up. So.
Oh, not a little bit. He
Yeah.
needs to jam that son of a bitch in reverse and hit overdrive, go, and burn some rubber, baby. But Steve, I love you, Steve, but yeah.
Yeah,
go
you
to
done fucked
go
up.
to the Pineapple Hill, Steve. Go to the Pineapple Hill.
Oh, don't talk about
Did he go-
pineapples again.
Did he go
Devil's
95%
food. The
past
devil's
line?
food.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to say hi to my friend Pimp Monks, and just to say that you're so gay, dude. It's just it's unbelievable how gay you are, Pimp. Oh, you're not here to defend yourself. Oops. Love you, buddy.
Shit.
But you're gay. But I love you.
Jennifer, chill out that channel that you were talking about. And if you want,
Which one?
uh,
People can either check out my channel, Jen's Little Corner, or Nuanced Nonsense, the show I run with May Bowen.
there you go. And Davis, when's that slippery slope show going to start?
That's hopefully going to start in September. We're just cracking away at getting a few more things
What are you
done.
lubricating it with?
Moose
Nothing.
juice.
What's that? What did you ask?
How do you juice a moose, David? That's what I want to know.
Look, if mooses lactate and we can get moose milk and mix it with mocha, then we'll have mocha moose milk, and that sounds like it would be delicious, even though it's probably not.
I certainly hope your moose milk is actual milk and not something else.
Who's the hell, man? Milking mooses? Jesus Christ, that's a job I do not want. Nope. Nope. Your job is to milk this wild moose. Nope. No.
Nope. That's going to be pretty much it, guys. All of our links are down below. And I still think I have Sassy Atheist's channel linked as our guest. Go ahead and subscribe to that, too. But yeah, all of the new Geek Slut t-shirts and stuff like that, and the new TGR logos and Teesprings. So. Also, customers don't like drama with Bond's face on it. Fucking beautiful. Check that out, and we will see you guys later.